Good morning. This is Kelloland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A 27-year-old Sturgis woman was sentenced to 12 years in federal prison for her role in drug trafficking. In early 2020, Devin McKenzie started selling controlled substances with two others. The three made arrangements to get the drugs in Colorado and transport them to Rapid City.
McKenzie transported the drugs multiple times and recruited her own sub-distributors to sell the drugs in the Rapid City area. The conspiracy was responsible for over 2 pounds of meth, 2 pounds of fentanyl, and nearly 2 pounds of heroin. McKenzie is convicted of 3 counts of conspiracy to distribute a controlled substance, according to the district attorney's office. The woman killed in a crash involving a Rapid City police car has been identified. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety says it happened just before 12:30 Sunday morning in the area of Haynes Avenue and Patton Street. A car was southbound on Haynes at a high rate of speed with its headlights off. A Rapid City patrol car was turning into a parking lot when it was hit by the car.
The 26-year-old man driving the car suffered serious non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to the hospital. The passenger, 27-year-old Lexi Hagan, was pronounced dead at the scene. The 25-year-old officer driving the patrol car suffered minor injuries. The man who died after getting out of a moving SUV has been identified. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety says it happened on Rodeo Road in White River on September 2nd. The SUV was eastbound when, for unknown reasons, the passenger got out while it was moving. 33-year-old Ty Dimmond was pronounced dead at the scene. South Dakota's Highway Patrol is investigating the incident. Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. A cool start to the day, Brian.
Yes, it is. Cooling down. Canadian air has arrived. Of course, we've been dealing with the smoke from that, but temperatures have really cooled off this morning. A collection of upper 30s and low 40s, but we will rebound. We're back to 78 today in Sioux Falls, 78 degrees in Mitchell, 83 in Rapid City. There's also a little rain on radar dotting parts of southwest South Dakota. A closer look at Futurecast and the weekend. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Brian. The city of Mitchell has been working to put a gun range near Lake Mitchell. The city presented their proposal Tuesday night to residents and the Davison County Commission. After hearing arguments for and against the proposal, the board unanimously voted no on approving the conditional use permit needed to advance the project. Resident Pam Kiner says she, alongside other residents, are not against a gun range. They just don't want it near their property.
That's why we moved out here and bought land. We farm our land, so we are a true rural setting. And we are opposed to taking away that agricultural aspect out here.
The next step of the process is presenting to the Board of Adjustment. That meeting will take place September 19th at 9:15 a.m. The future of the animals at the Delbridge Museum of Natural History is up in the air. However, a Sioux Falls resident is offering a place for them to go. John Sweets owns this building in northern Sioux Falls that is the Old West Sioux Hardware. This is where the taxidermy collection used to be located, and Sweets says he would welcome their return here. If that comes to pass, he says they'd go behind glass.
Have to, absolutely have to. I don't see any other way other than there's just no reason to have any risk to it.
Coming up on September 19th, the City Council is set to vote on designating the collection as surplus. An Aberdeen student is sending an important message to kids all across the country. Senior Caitlin Ryan put together a powerful public service announcement about distracted driving.
Whoa, slow down, you're speeding. Well, I don't want to miss tryouts.
Okay, team, smile.
Neither do I, but if we end up in the hospital, there goes our shot at varsity.
Ryan entered the video into a national contest and won first place. That means her PSA will be aired on more than 60 television stations. She also received $2,700. She plans to donate some of the money to Aberdeen Central's Students Against Destructive Decisions chapter. The rest will go toward college. Last year, a 100-year-old time capsule found in the Pennington County Courthouse was opened up as the building celebrated a century. Newspapers from the 1900s, unique coins, and a 100-year-old can of tobacco were found inside.
In a couple hours, a new time capsule will be placed in the exact same spot the old one was found to mark the next 100 years. Items for this capsule were donated from county residents. The time capsule will be put in place at 8:30.
Now let's get a final check of our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather update today. Well, temperatures starting off cool this morning and warming up this afternoon. Also watching some rain chances coming up here. Pierre and Chamberlain, there could be some scattered rain on radar here in parts of central South Dakota. Watching that, and I do think that Sioux Falls could get some rain by late this afternoon or early this evening. So just a possibility here of that from here on to Mitchell. So if that does happen, again, could impact a few of those outdoor activities this evening. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that as we transition toward Friday, we're not quite as cool tomorrow morning. Once this little system zips off to the southeast, we'll probably stay mainly in the 50s here for tomorrow morning. And then 80s are back here Friday afternoon as we recover. We expect, though, the weekend to start to head the other direction. There's another disturbance coming in from the northwest. There's a closer look at it. And on Futurecast, it does paint out that chance of rain from Bismarck all the way south into northern Nebraska. So the main messaging here is clusters of showers and embedded thunder. Sure, there will be some decent rains around. There'll be a few folks that'll probably at least get a half an inch of rain out of this system. But it's also a case here, too, where you'll have spots that'll be missed and get a lot lower than that. But it's kind of a wide, or at least the geographic footprint goes all the way from northern Minnesota clear down into northern Nebraska. So everybody has a shot at rain here is what we're basically communicating. Sunday, your best odds of rain will kind of shift south and west into the Black Hills and then kind of route down through central Nebraska throughout the course of Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. And then once that pushes southward, we'll kind of see this dominant Canadian air early next week. It's going to feel pretty good. We'll see what the smoke does, if that decides to return or not. But at any rate, it looks cooler. Well, 78 today, Sioux Falls. Not bad on the temperature, 75 in Brookings, but be aware of some late day thunder activity and into the early evening. I think most of that is done Friday morning, and then we'll regroup on Saturday with at least a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Anything on Sunday primarily is shifting south during the morning. And then Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, a shot at some scattered rain, but that's still a number of days away. Aberdeen in the northeast, 80 on Saturday, 74 Sunday. Chances of rain are best on Saturday, and also looks like a good shot at some rain in the Pierre area to kick off the weekend. Could linger into Sunday, too, especially south central South Dakota toward Interstate 90 and south. And I'm inclined to say the Black Hills will have some additional rain chances Saturday. Sunday with that cooling pattern, upper 60s, and even some scattered activity not impossible here Monday and Tuesday. Check out the rest of the details of the forecast online at KEBELLAND.com.